baby's home. Cairo is my baby's home. One bad Cairo night won't be long. Women in Cairo, they will treat you kind and sweet. Women in Cairo, they will treat you kind and sweet. Catch you around and take you off your feet. Shoot you and knock you, teach you and cut you too. Shoot you and knock you, teach you and cut you too. They get through the graveyard then for you. Cairo, babe. Cairo, babe. Women in Cairo send you down to your grave.
Hi tech folks, welcome to another live stream. And actually this has got the number that's the same as the last one because I took it away. Why would I do that? Well, main reason is that I was using this new camera which was supposed to show me from the side playing into the microphones that I was demonstrating. So this is kind of bullshit for you guys who are here maybe for the first time, you don't know. But last week I wanted to present different ways to use condenser dynamic microphones either in a live stream or in a studio to describe how much of the proximity your maybe audio would be dependent on, how close or far away you are from the microphone, which microphone you're using, and how input gains and all that stuff. I was so well prepared, and then I realized afterwards that I was in a way for the camera most of the time. The only thing you guys saw was this hairy arm in the way of the camera. So it's like, okay, how could I solve this? So I just took it away. So that you know. Great to see you guys. I know Milovan is not coming today, our Ohio attacker, and he's on the way to Mexico. He thought it was too cold in Ohio. And I don't blame him, because it's really, really cold here in Sweden as well. It's like, whoa, winter has come. But that also means that Christmas is closer. And I like Christmas, so it goes together. What can we do? All right. Great to see you, Mr. Dunmar. Hello, Patrick. Happy Blue Monday to you, sir. Graham, great to see you as well. Hello from Wantage in the UK and Eastern time zone in the States. Albert, great to see you too. Good. I hope David's going to make it today as well because, well, you know, he likes tech. I like tech, so maybe he's going to join us. Okay, so what are we going to do today? It's going to be, you see the lighting is a little bit different than before. I don't have the lights on behind me because I was preparing some other stuff to show you later on. I'm going to show you when we start showing the equipment and all the tech behind the live stream, but we'll lead it off as usual with some guitar playing. So I'm going to give you your usual live blues backup, standard tuning in E. And you guys ready? So let's go. It says hey, who is holding the guitar in open G, because I was just tuning it up. Well, maybe it's a sign. Let's do a slow blues backup in G. So if you guys are with your regular acoustic guitar, not tuning any open tuning, you play in G, either as a average G position, or put the cape on a 3rd fret and play in the position of E. Then you're gonna meet me here. So here we go. So I kind of follow the sign. Why would I forget to take the usual guitar that I'm usually playing backup with and just, why did I keep this one in my hands? So it was meant to be this way. And I like situations like this. So I was kind of surprised by myself. And the things that I've done here were a bit more complicated than a usual, very kind of basic backup. I'm very careful to call something basic and something advanced, because you've got some amazing old-timey blues and country and hillbilly players who really, really didn't play many notes, who really let the music shine and breathe in between notes and all that. So I kind of put more notes into this, what I was doing. Maybe I remembered that I had this stupid, not stupid, but kind of conversation on Twitter with a person who thought that, you know, my stuff that I'm showing here is kind of quite too simple. And I just replied that, look, I'm not making a guitar course of any kind here. Even my retreat, which I reminded him of, is it's not a guitar course, it's a retreat. So my goal is not to gather musicians who are already pros. I mean, they are more than welcome, of course. And you know, some of the people here in the chat are very accomplished musicians, pros, they've been playing out for years and all that. But some of my viewers are maybe not so active in the chat and maybe don't show off too much. But they contact me afterwards and say that this is perfect level for me. I'm just starting off. I don't know anything about either slide or neither slide or blues or whatever. So like, okay. And I really like to keep it that way. Although, so maybe it was like, okay, I'll show you what can be done in OpenG. And it's a great tuning to play very, very kind of moderately arranged stuff. And then you can also sometimes put in some stuff. So what I did here is that I was combining, let's say, the shuffle back up with some slided notes. So I kind of put in this first note, and then I had a lick somewhere in the first half. It was went like a. Oh. That's right, I did that. And everything is done between the 5th and the 3rd fret. And here we come to the G7 form. Then I kind of do the fast move from the 3rd to the 1st fret on the 2nd string. And then slight bend on the 3rd string on the 3rd fret. And then open string. And then go back. So. Very nice lick. I love playing like that. And then you can also replace the last note with. So you get this with slide. And there's a whole bunch of musicality and music you can deliver depending on where you end up that sliding up to the, let's say, 3rd and 4th fret from the 2nd. So this is like a majory, then it's a minor kind of. And there's something in between. Somewhere in between the minor and major, that's where the blue notes are. So you can always experiment. You can play this lick 5 times. You can do it in 5 different ways. So that was that. Then I also threw in a lick on the 12th fret. And then I went on with the backup, which was basically to show you that, okay, sometimes a part of a solo can be used in the backup as well. So if somebody you're maybe playing with, jamming with, is playing a lot on the first couple of frets, and maybe even taking care of the basses or something, then you can just like a go up and just, you know, lay up there and wait until something different happens from the other person, and then you kind of correspond to that. So yeah, and then I also went to in the D7 chord, and then I've showed you this before. It's a C chord, but I kind of come to the C chord on the fourth string. Just kind of keep playing the strings, and then I kind of ended up with this 7th. Go back to G, and then I also did, instead of playing the D chord here, I went to the 7th fret, 5th fret, and the turnaround. So the beauty of these things that are not so technical in the terms of, you know, shredding on the guitar, like blah, 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 playing many fast notes. The beauty of this is kind of how long are you going to let that note ring before we come back to the rhythm, because the rhythm is coming. It's just rolling behind us. We're going to I might even be a little bit late here to come to the 1, 2, 3, 4, because I'm not thinking about those things, especially not when I'm playing alone. If I play with the drummer, if the drummer is listening, then they're gonna understand that, oh, the guy's hanging, let's wait, or let's just do it together and swing together. That's great. All right, that was that backup in G. So why not do it in standard? So if you're remembering what I did as a lick in the open G, so let's try to emulate the same lick here. Or so. So it's the same melody, it's just that it sounds different in an open tuning and here. In an open tuning, that note's on the 5th fret, and it's the highest note there in that kind of chord. And here it's also the highest note in E, but it's kind of a bit lower because E is lower than G. So sometimes just the fact that the key is lower can give you a very different sound on same licks that you're playing in different tunings, or the same tuning but in different keys. Yep. Let's go. Which is a little bit faster, like a shuffle. All right, this was faster. It was trickier, of course, but it's absolutely like 85%, maybe 90% of what I usually play in the blues backup in standard tuning, but faster. Which means my main takeout from all workshops, from listening to great masters, from going to workshops with other musicians, that there's a rule, Doc Watson used to say that, which you can't play slowly, you'll never be able to play fast. So sometimes I discover kind of difficulties in the licks that I rushed them. I kind of threw myself into playing a song before I was really ready. I think, okay, I got like 5 or 6 gigs coming up, and then yeah, it'll be okay. By the time I play the second or the third, it's going to be great, because you're playing on your experience and like, okay, come on, I don't have the time to do that. No, it's really important to nail things you want to learn very slowly, and then gradually increase, and then you'll be able to just pull it off almost any time. There are some licks that I can really pull off in any situation, on any guitar, whoever's playing. So yeah, that was about that backup. Thanks for coping with me. That's great. Oh, I see another guest here. My dear friend Jonas. Jonas in Swedish. Hello, winter's here. Yes, it is. And you see, Jonas and I are living in what's called Scandinavian Mediterranean. So it's kind of deep south of Sweden, but still it's north of Europe. And it's, if you imagine, let's say Germany, and to the left you got Great Britain, and then just kind of, whoa, diagonally a little bit up, you come to Denmark, and then southern Sweden, just quite close to the Copenhagen. For you States guys, it's like Europe is smaller than, half of the States. So, I mean, you know what I mean. So anyway, in the same height as Copenhagen, let's say, that's where my temperature kind of belt is. So it shouldn't be that cold in the winters, and usually it's not. We get, let's say, maybe 10 minus, couple of days, maybe a week or 2, 3 the most, but most of the time it's kind of pissy weather, and it's a lot of rain. If it snows, it'll stay for like 2, 3, 4 days, and that's it. We get the best snow in late February, maybe March. I remember when my kids were small, we used to kind of enjoy the snow somewhere then, not around Christmas. So the fact that it's cold now is like, oh, it's cold, come on. Yeah. All right, I'll put my guitar down. And I'll slowly start explaining to you guys. Let's see, to start with, I'd like to see if my movable little camera will start if I activate it as a gimbal. Come on. To start with, I'm using a live streaming software called Ecamm, E-C-A-M-M, live, and it wouldn't give me the little camera. Last week it worked perfectly, so something was wrong. Let's do it this way. I'll go to this other scene where I have something that I'll be sharing with you guys later on. But if I just now choose to show you secondary display, now let's see if that will show here. No, it won't. Oh God. And I was preparing so much. Secondary display, Ecamm Live Beta. Current application. Nope, it won't. All right, give me a second. Then we'll do it this way. Then we'll just use my iPhone. Like this. Oh, now you're seeing my feet and stuff like that. So this is the live stream software that I'm using. It looks much busier than it should. So basically what I need is only this. So these up here are the scenes that I'm showing you guys. So, you know, all the camera setting, all the cameras that I'm using, different views that you see on your end are prepared here. The rest is some settings, the health of the live stream, audio if I want to use it. Here are your comments. And you guys wrote something. I just saw that Albert did something. Did you take the camera lens cover off? Yes, sir, I did. Here we go. That's how we put the comments on screen. Thank you for that one, Albert. Yeah. Yeah, I did actually. So let's go to the cameras. So the camera that's usually filming my so-called headshot is this one. All the names of my cameras, models and everything is written in the description of the YouTube video. So you guys who are watching on YouTube, you have the advantage of being able to see it, so you can follow along, but you can also come back later and see it. So this is a Sony A6400, a couple of years old camera, nothing fancy, but it's got a really nice image and it's very much dependent on the lens. So the lens that I'm using here is the renowned Sigma 16mm f1.4, which means that gives me that nice blurry image, blurry background, and myself, I'm quite sharp when you're watching it. That's a poster of me and my harmonica player when we were touring in Russia, when it was fancy to come to Russia. Now that over there is when we were not celebrating, but we were just giving our respect to Sam Mitchell. It was 10 years since he left us, and we had a concert for him in Copenhagen, and that's that over there is a T-shirt that my students during my first ever year at the Blues Week program in 2003 gave me when we finished the week. So I got that as a present with their autographs. All my stars, they are the stars, not we instructors. So this camera down here, it's you see, these are just average clamps. The stand is called C-stand, and there's my backup microphone. If anything happens, I can just pull it down and use that instead. This is something I've shown you last week. Earthworks SR314 microphone. That's my overhead mic, which is just a little bit above my head. This Amaran LED light. Sometimes it's good to show with the iPhone because it will react and it won't just give you all the strength, all the power of the light that you're aiming it towards. This here is a quite old camera. I think it's my first Sony ever, A5100, and that's a very, very nice, very decent camera. But it's also it's about the lens. So the lens on this one is the full frame lens, Samyang or Rokinon in the States, and that's got 35mm lens, and it's 2.8, yes, f2.8. So those three cameras are on these clamps, which means that I can really move them easily. And then the third camera is actually the most expensive one, which is only showing my right hand, the picking hand, and this is a Sony A7 III that came out in 2018, and it's a full frame camera with a wonderful lens that's usually a portrait lens, 85mm f1.8. fantastic camera. This is a totally undervaluing the camera to use it this way, but actually I'm doing all my photo work with this one, which is, it's an amazing camera. So how is all that coming together? You see those cables running out from the sides of all three cameras? Those are HDMI cables, and two of them, now don't get dizzy. No, first I'll show you this. I'll just switch to another microphone. Give me a second. Yep. So, ooh, there. No, it's not so easy to see. But anyway, all the power supplies are there. For these cameras, they have one. Oh, this is not good. I just realized that this should be there, so you can both see the stuff and myself. So anyway, all the adapters, dummy batteries are attached to this stand, and I just have one simple single switch to turn this on and off. Right. So now you're hearing me from another microphone that I'll show you in a minute. But let's go and show you here in the back. Here in the back, it's my computer, and these are capture cards, which are not so visible here, but trust me, it's two capture cards that bring in two of the cameras. So my 6400, the one there, and the A73 to the left, they are coming right into the computer. And this little camera over there is connected to ATEM Mini Pro, which is also an absolute overkill when it comes to all this. But that's the only way you can bring in three cameras in Ecamm Live or any other live streaming software when it comes to having a Mac Mini computer, which is M1 processor, and it's just impossible. The buses on that are, I mean, not the real buses, but electronic buses on the Mac Mini are not sufficient to be able to carry three cameras, three video inputs at the same time. So that's the reason for that. So when it comes to audio, this main microphone is coming into the RodeCaster Pro II, and that's coming on, let's say, different various channels. And now you can see that I'm going to mute this channel here, which is my guitar microphones, and those two are in front of me down here. So now we're talking audio. So these two microphones are for my guitar, and they come to one of the channels, but that channel is set up in the RodeCaster Pro as a stereo channel where I can fool around with it. And if I click on the settings here, I can see that they are number 3 and 4. And inside the settings of this, I can choose how much they're panned left, right, and how they're treated in the whole audio of your live stream, my live stream to you. The rest up here is, okay, I'm not going to go into details about RodeCaster Pro, but it's a great device. And what I did today is that I also have a little microphone here under my chin somewhere here. And that microphone is wirelessly connected to this one, which is a receiver. And then the receiver goes into the second channel and comes in here. And you can see the meters. If I show you on the channel, you see the meters reacting to me talking to you guys. So this sound is not as good as the big microphone, of course, but with this setup, I can easily move inside the room and show you stuff. So that's about audio. I've shown you the cameras, my computer. The second monitor is here. Sometimes someone might think it's an overkill, but I like having two monitors, although this will be totally enough. And you know, the great and one and only Tom Buck is using only one monitor, and basically exactly the same one, 34-inch LG. But I'm a sucker for this. I like to divide things on two monitors, and they are usually right towards each other like this, together, and then I kind of leave the cameras behind when I'm not using them. So then on the table, the cruel efficiency. I've shown you the mess a couple of weeks ago when I was really having this. I fell off the wagon and just didn't really take care of stuff. So this is this little gimbal camera that's not working together with Ecamm for some reason, but yeah, we'll just turn it off and leave it there. So underneath here, that's just another tech part of this, of what I'm using. Down there, it's a Thunderbolt dock, which makes it possible that I connect several sources into that dock and then into the computer. This is a trackpad that I'm using when I'm editing video or photos. This little cable here is charging the keyboard, which just died prior to the live stream. And the keyboard I'm using, it's a mechanical keyboard called Keychron. I love it. Then we got a little SD card that I need to check. These are the batteries for my upcoming trip tomorrow morning, so I just charge them, everything. Then this monitor, right, and then to the right, oh, you gotta hydrate, right? These are my slides and little stuff that usually this stuff is there right in front of me. So it's always ready if I want to grab them to play. Now you're going to lose me from the camera, but this is my CD player connected to the computer. This is the big light that's responsible for my headshot for the main, which is also, it's large. It's 90 centimeters diameter light, really too much for this space. But I'm also using it when I have a guest doing a workshop with me sometimes, and then this is sufficient to let two persons at the same time. So that's why I'm using it. It's an overkill for just a live stream, but there are uses for that. So, and there's another light with a large softbox, but that's used for my shoulder and hair light from behind to separate me from the background. And then we'll go to electricity that we always need. And then to the right up here, this is for the big light. And then here in the back is just some other stuff that I'm not using for the moment. Another light. That's my room, kind of. And there are some loudspeakers disguised behind over there. But when I put the screens together, then I can see them and listen to them, of course. So what else? Underneath the desk, it's this big light. It's called IntelliTech. And I'm using that only for my picking hand when I'm live streaming with a 3-camera setup. But this light is also extremely versatile for lots of other uses. So let's go to something that you never see in the live stream, which is my shelf with lots of stuff here behind. Some cables, equipment. Here is my MS3 Boss effect unit processor. This is a positive grid amplifier, the big one, and it's a little brother, positive grid, which is also a Bluetooth speaker and an amplifier. It's got the same effects like the big brother. It's an amazing little amp. And some stuff ready. These are the CDs that I'm sometimes listening to from my desk. My main acoustic amplifier, Roland AC90. The lap steel has just got new strings yesterday. Oh, it's an amazing little thing. And then office stuff, right? Gotta keep some tidy office space. My pedal board that I've shown you several times in the live streams. Cables always ready on the mat. And now we come to the rest of the stuff. This is a light that I sometimes use. It's this one over here. Let's turn it on. So that light is a so-called tube light, and it can be used for both as a main light. I can lit the background, just turn it wherever I want. I can take it off, use it as a sable, as a sword if I need to. This light is also one of those LED lights, Amaran, which is out of production. It's not available anymore, but it's the same kind of light that you can buy it from Godox, Amaran, and many other companies. But this softbox is fed with a light that's called SL1DN60. Yeah, DN60 by iFootage. And the big light over there behind this softbox is a Godox. It's a large light. It's 150 watts. It's really powerful, but it's fanless, so it's totally quiet, which is amazing. And in a small space like this, it's crucial. It really is. So now let's go to the right. I'm not hiding anything, boys and girls. That's it. My guitars, some things ready for the trip. Humidifier. Humidifier will be activated in a couple of days, I think, maybe a week or two. And then we're coming to the shelf, which now looks totally different than when you see only my headshot, right? So I've shown you these things before, but now it's like it shows better in this light. And yeah, basically lots of stuff that I maybe don't want to show or is nothing to show. Is all these things are down there, and then in the middle is things that are the things that I usually show in the live stream, but they're quite blurred out, so you don't really see the detail. Some nice stuff, my old mixer, analog mixer that I've used for, I guess, 25 years. It's an amazing Mackie mixer. So where do we go? That mixer over there, yeah. And then I've got the wall with some important pictures for me as a musician, as a person, people who influenced me a lot. On the lower shelf, Blind Lambert Jefferson, Doc Watson, Gator Carter, Blind Willie McTell, my absolute favorite of the old timers, Ry Cooder, of course, Robert Johnson, and a couple of my most important collaborations, one with my harmonica player, Pera Joe, up there, and then with Sam Mitchell, right? So, and this is also something that you don't really see in the live stream. It's a bed, just a regular bed in this extra bedroom that we have. The curtains, wall and the curtains again, which means I really block out every light that's coming from the outside. So that's it. And then on the bed right now, it's, you know, I'm preparing for the trip tomorrow morning, and it's going to be a 2-day job when I'm going to be both filming and photographing stuff, which is going to be great. So let me just turn off this light. Good. And then these are, let's see, what are you guys seeing? So this light is also something that I'm using when my live stream is on. I put these on, and then this little one up here. This is a small LED light that can be in all colors you need it to be, but I'm just keeping it in the red. And another one. Please don't get dizzy because of that. Now I'm going to switch on the main thing down here, and then this part comes to life, right? And then this one as well. Let's let the muddy waters. also one of my heroes. And now this looks like my usual live stream setup. These are the lights that I'm using. Also the light for the picture that I have with Honeyboy Edwards over there. And the light casting light to that is this one. It's this little light, also by Intelitech. And there's also one more light by Intelitech, which is the same one up here, but it just doesn't have this little snoot, which is kind of concentrating the light on the smaller area like there, right? So that's what it's doing. Yeah. And then we've got, yeah, all the guitars, my Silvertone from the late 50s, beginning 60s, I think. Then my three main guitars, the baritone, acoustic, and the Continental tricone, and the little Sandon Resiphonic that I played in the beginning of the live stream. And up there, we got my cases. There are two more hidden behind the big one. And some other stuff. This is a very dusty area, so I usually put everything that I'm not using a lot in you know, just plastic bags. And that's, so I think that was it. And here, okay, underneath the desk, let's not hide anything from you guys. Underneath the desk, these are the cases for the lights. And this is a big black IKEA box that I keep lots of, you know, electronics and stuff that I'm not using all the time, but I need to be ready when I need them. And basically that's it. I will stop making you dizzy, guys, and I'll just go to the main scene. And now you're seeing the usual stuff, right? So this is what you guys usually see, and you usually don't see this light up here. Let me just move it and you'll be able to something like that. And this light over there, usually comes like that, so it's casting the light on the back of my shoulder if I'm, you know, precise with it. It usually takes like I don't know, 5, 6, 10 minutes to prepare everything before the live stream. And now we'll go back to the main microphone. So now we're back on the big buddy. And that would be it. That's my office. This is where I work. This is where I record. This is where I do basically everything when it comes to music, video, photo, and stuff. I enjoy doing both, you know, performing, teaching, filming. This upcoming trip, which is within my work, is also something that I'm looking forward to, because I'm going to be filming some aspiring music acts from Sweden gathering in the town called Norrköping. So that's tomorrow night. And then I'll be covering an amazing association of classic musicians from Malmö in southern Sweden. So that's going to be fantastic. A great concert hall. And I'm going to be doing both video and audio production from that. Yeah. Are there any questions? Is something happening in the chat? Nope, I don't see. Where's the piano keyboard? Oh, that's right. That's right, Albert. Oh, I'll show you. But you're not going to laugh, okay? You're not going to laugh. Oh, I just have to bring some help to help me pick this up. It's so heavy. Oh my God. That's my piano keyboard. And I'll tell you one thing. This is an amazing little MIDI controller that I use very seldom, of course, but I don't play piano. But this is actually for triggering sounds of anything I want to produce, as long as you have a software or a plugin that could give you. I mean, I have the whole BBC Symphonic Orchestra in the computer, and this is just what's triggering that, right? So if you guys are into that, it's Arturia Mini. Mini Lab 3. It's one of the best out there. It's very, very comfortable keys. It's nice, it's sturdy, and I keep it under my desk. And maybe you can even see it because it's a sharp picture on this camera. Look at this. You see there's dust on top of it because I'm keeping it not like this. I always put it upside down because otherwise, after maybe a couple of days, it's going to be full of dust. So, yeah. I have to, clean this desk daily, and I have a little kind of cloth that I'm just, trying to get rid of the dust. And it's tricky when you have so much electronics and stuff that's always in front of you, and you can't just cover it because it's what's it called? It's radiating heat, and you just need to let it breathe. So I kind of do it daily, and but that's because this is a very, very old apartment, high in the ceiling. It's not even concrete. It's bricks, the old-timey stuff. This is built in 1923, I think. And there are lots of trucks and buses and a lot of traffic coming out here. So not on this part where I am in, because otherwise you would be, get some disturbance from that. But it's on the other side of the apartment. But at the same time, the vibrations are coming. So it's dusty here. Yeah. Anyway, so, well, thank you, Albert. I'm glad you liked my keyboard. I'm working on it. I had a friend who we had a Zoom call about something. He's a piano player and he plays keyboards, and he's got a studio with like 5 or 6 really big things, plus a real piano, not a concert piano, but a real piano in his room. And then he just asked me, when I showed him this one, he said, "Hey man, did you wash it in 90 degrees or what happened to it?" I said, yeah, rub it in. Of course, there is a big brother or big sister of this little mini lab that's got 49 keys, and then the next one that's got 61 keys. But actually, it's 49 keys would be okay for me. 61 is total overkill because I'm not going to be playing piano. But it would be nice to have something bigger, because sometimes when you need more notes on, let's say, one instrument, because I can still, let's say, figure out the basses, let's say the big bass from the symphonic orchestra, and then the right hand could be my strings and something like that. So I can record both of them at the same time. So that would work. It's okay. But yeah, the 49 is in plans, but there's lots of other stuff that I need to get before I move on, buying the keyboard and all that. Yeah. All right. Patrick, thank you. It was my pleasure. I hope you didn't get too dizzy with me moving that iPhone. I wanted to do it with a nice gimbal camera, but it just wouldn't work. Last week, it worked for more than 3 hours. Today, I've had it on during my Zoom calls for at least half an hour per session. I had 3 or 4 meetings. It worked. Maybe it got tired for today. It needs to rest. Yeah. All right. So there we are. And before I leave you, I'll show you something here. I'm still preparing for that wonderful, wonderful. No, I'm not going to be sharing that. I'm going to take my Safari, right. So, have you ever heard of a song called "I'm Gonna Tell Santa Claus on You" or "I'm Gonna Tell Santa on You"? It's a beautiful little song. I'm not gonna be playing it for you from Apple Music because I've got too many of these not strikes, but warnings from YouTube. And sometimes Facebook sends me messages like, oh, your live stream has been blocked in certain countries due to the copyright issues and whatever. So as soon as you play something from Apple Music or Spotify, no matter that I'm paying all the licenses, it's still not allowed in the live streams. So I'm going to play this live just for a second. It's a beautiful little, it's a ditty. It's done by the band called something like Hillbilly Christmas or something. It's from 1965. All right, let's go to the... Good. Well, I'm gonna tell Santa Claus on you. I'm gonna tell that you've been untrue. Christmas Eve and you know the score. He won't come knocking on your door. You better not tell him you've been nice. Gonna tell him once and maybe twice how you broke my heart in two. Well, I'm gonna tell Santa Claus on you. So those are the verses. And then we come to the bridge. It goes. You used to hang your stocking on your Christmas tree. I used to set up watching for Saint Nick, no siree. You're gonna be sorry by and by. Gonna wake up Christmas Day and cry. You'll be sad and I'll be blue, 'cause I'm gonna tell Santa Claus on you. So that's what I'm working on for the upcoming Saturday gig with Maria at the Växjö Country Festival with a country and Christmas theme. So this is kind of a hillbilly song. It can also be considered as a Texas swing kind of groove to it. I just love the song. It's great. Yes, it is. Going back. So guys, thanks so much for coming today. It's been a blast as usual. And next week, another live stream. You're more than welcome. Let's see what that Monday can bring us. I'll see. Maybe I'll try to do another of these with microphones, but this time in the functioning setup. And I'm not going to be in the way for the camera because, yeah, it's an important subject and maybe we should kind of do it again. But it's not going to take up the whole live stream like last time. Anyway, good. I don't see any more comments, so I guess you guys are okay with this. And then I'll just say come back next time, next Monday. Keep it simple, but make it groovy. Keep sliding. I'll see you next week. All the best.
It was in spring, one sunny day. My sweetheart left me, lost she went away. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. Things could call me up, down and out by soul. Said, come back, Daddy, thought I need you so. Now she's gone, and I don't worry, 'cause I'm sitting on top of the world. like my peaches. Don't you shake my tree. Get out of my orchard. Let my peaches be. Now she's gone. I don't worry. But I'm sitting on top of the world. Spring, one sunny day, my sweetheart left me. Now she went away. Now she's gone. I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top of the world. Now she's gone. I don't worry, but I'm sitting on top